G'day mates. How's the sound? Everything look good? Maybe a little loud. How's everybody doing? Gotta get the jams going. I think some of you guys might like this little playlist I got today. Little Eric Satie. What's up, Chicken Jar? UI. Good to see you, man. Just enjoying being a secret king. That's right. Nothing better than being the secret king. Hear that? I'm joking, obviously. That's otherwise known as a gamma male. Everybody. No gammas allowed on this stream. Everybody knows that by now. Got a little special edition as usual. We got raw bull testicles, raw butter, got some brains frozen. That's why it looks a little gelatinous. Eyeball, grass-fed beef, and then a little bit of goat milk for dessert. It's the dinner of champions. It's good stuff. JP's happy that he found this new vegan channel. For sure, guys. Yeah, if you guys are interested in getting into the vegan diet, into the whole world of veganism and stuff like that, this is definitely the channel you want to check out, because that's what I do, man. This is all 100% vegan. This is animal conscious, earth conscious food, and all plant-based. So yeah, if you guys are looking into getting into that, you've found the right channel. Yes, these raw testicles are vegan. Absolutely, everything on here is 100% plant-based. Chicken Jar sitting on his beanbag throne. Right on, man. That's a great place for the Secret King to be. What's up, Kai? Salis? Is it Salis or Salis? I know I'm butchering people's names, especially when you guys got those two little dots above the A's and the U's. We don't have those in America, so I'm not sure what the two little dots do, but I'm almost positive I'm butchering your name. You say Gymnopedie #1 is one of my favorite piano pieces. It's good, isn't it? You could almost listen to it over and over again. Yeah, I actually purchased it the other day on Bandcamp so I could get it in high resolution audio. What's up, Joseph? Tomika? yeah, you can catch me live if you get on my live stream notification list. I will email you before the live streams. That way you guys can get a direct notification to your email box instead of having to rely on the ever so unreliable YouTube algorithm to promote my channel. They hate me. They've been hating me for a while, but it's all good. I just found out they're deleting comments from my videos. That's why my videos have like 3 comments. And like 2 of them are like scams and bots. This song is the jam right here. Finally got raw milk, sweet. Yeah, drink the shit out of that stuff, man. When I first got raw milk, I think I drank a gallon the first day. Go with your cravings. Chicken Jar says, thank you for rising our vibrations with this vegan nutrition. Absolutely, man. Definitely, we're reaching a higher vibration. We're not in that lower vibration frequency that the animal eating is associated with. It's all about the higher level for sure. Astrakhan is alive, yeah, confirmed alive. I thought for sure she got captured by natives or eaten by sharks. Oh yeah, it's B&B all day, man. It's the BBC diet. Brains, balls, and cheese. Mysterious Stranger. I did Aajonus cheesecake for my birthday. It was great. Yeah, that's some hearty stuff, isn't it? Fallout Pro Hunter, you never got back to me about the food club and SoCal. You'll have to remind me what your name is, but I probably got you on the list, man. If you emailed me, yeah, what's your email? Or actually, what was the name you went under, Fallout? Or maybe just email me again if you don't want to put it on here, but I'm almost sure I got you. I think I got everybody's email and I put it on the list. I just haven't sent the list out yet because I'm trying to be very strategic about this. Probably going to have to start calling this the Pet Food Club. I'm trying to be extremely careful about this. Just because there's certain regulations and stuff we don't want to cross. So we're probably going to have to make this a pet food club. Wink, wink. If you know what I mean. No, but seriously, we'll probably have to make this like a pet food club, and then we'll go from there. But I will be contacting everybody through email, and everybody will have to just do their thing individually with each other, you know. My beard's getting bushier and bushier. Yeah, it's probably that and the sun too. The sun always makes my hair grow a little bit thicker. Is that Scarlatti? What is Scarlatti? Oh, this is Eric's Sati. Aajonus ice cream is the shit, man. I'm gonna make some more of that here. I'm gonna probably go visit my A1 milk farmer here next week, get some cream and stuff like that, make some ice cream. This isn't cream, Spectre Bond, this is some just A1 butter, raw butter. I've had buffalo colostrum before, some pretty good stuff. The Barf Food Club. Yeah, isn't that a legitimate? That's a legitimate pet food club, isn't it? The Barf Club. That's ridiculous. What's up, Darius? Yeah, UI is pretty much nailed it. We're all just selling fake raw food props. It's not real food. Yeah, this is all fake pet food for movies and stuff. So I think we should be okay though, as long as it's like pet food, guys. And as long as we're not getting like extremely organized and everything is just done on an individual basis, you know, I have nothing to do with it. I'm just connecting people together. And then you guys kind of go from there, you know. The BBC Club. Yeah, this is the BBC Club. You guys didn't know that? Welcome to the BBC Club, everyone. Yep, still enjoying these balls. I don't think I'm ever going to get sick of these. I mean, how could you... Why would you not want to just keep increasing your testosterone, you know? It's so healthy for men to have a nice regulated testosterone level. I'm less tired, have more energy. It just makes everything function better, man. It's good stuff. Yeah, colostrum is pretty good. What's up, Beat Man? Colostrum is sperm. Colostrum is not sperm. Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not doing that. Hello, fat of the land. Good to see you. This eyeball's still got an eyelash on it. I went and picked up 5 more goat and sheep heads today from the live butcher, and the guy that cuts the heads, he remembered me from the very first time I went to that place, and I didn't come back for like a year, and he still remembered me, which is crazy. And I think it's because I'm like literally the only white guy that walks in that place. There's all these like Africans and Muslims and like Asian people, and it's like walking into like a third world country when I go into this meat market. I'm just like the tall white dude walking in, buying all the skulls, bags of skulls, and I ordered 5 more heads today. I just ordered like 5 last Wednesday, got 5 more today, and they always have to take it to the butcher real quick and just saw them in half for me, you know? It only takes like 5 minutes. It's like super convenient. And he brings out the bag to me and he's smiling. He's like, this tall Mexican dude. And he's like, you eat a lot of heads, man. And I just smiled and rubbed my tummy. I was like, they're my favorite. I love them. And then the guy that owns the place, the farmer guy, he's just smiling. He's grinning ear to ear. It's just a perfect relationship, man. Because I'm pretty sure I'm the only guy walking in there buying like 5 heads at a time. You know what I mean? Like, because people just aren't onto this brain thing. You know? People don't know what they're missing. So he loves it, man. He calls me Easy Money. What's up, Easy Money? Because he looks at like, I'm just like Easy Money walking in there. I'm so lucky to have this place, man. I'm pretty sure... Does anybody in this chat have something like that in their town? Where you just walk into a place, they have pens full of animals, and they just chop it up and put it into bags for you? Does anybody have something like that? I feel so blessed to have this, man. It's crazy. Makes me want to open up a business like that myself. I mean, it's really genius if you think about it, because you can raise the animals and then just bring them in there, sell them direct. You slaughter it all right there, you skip all of the processing fees, and you just pay someone like $12 an hour to just butcher animals all day, you know what I mean? Tall white man goes into a third world country to collect skulls. Yeah, it just feels so natural. I don't know what it is. That's funny, man. No whole carcasses, huh? Nothing like that in your town either, huh? Easy Money, that's my primal rapper name. Joseph says he has a market with rabbits and chicken, but not any ruminant. Interesting. Yeah, they got chickens. They got whole rabbits, goats, sheep. There's a couple different kinds of goats. Sheep, lamb. They got hogs in there. And then they also got pictures of cattle up there. But I'm not really 100% sure about that because they're probably all super vaccinated and shit. Not 100% sure on the cattle. I'm not even 100% sure what these goats and shit are getting fed. I mean, I asked him one time, I think he said it was grass and alfalfa, which is cool with me. But they're probably vaccinated and shit, you know, so. Are brains legal to buy in your state? I don't think so, but you can still get them. It's like, dude, these food laws are fucking confusing as hell. Because, like, if you Google, is it legal to ship raw butter over state lines, it'll tell you, like, no. But you can just buy 10 pounds of raw butter from Dutch Meadows. You know what I mean? And it's not even a food club. It's just, like, a freaking business. And the same thing with brains. If you try to go get, like, a cattle processed at a processing facility and ask them to save the brains for you, they won't do it because there's regulations against it, right? But I went to a processing facility to pick up my cattle one time, or to pick up my quarter cow that I ordered. And I went and looked through the freezer and I found frozen pig brains in the freezer. And I just don't understand it, man. And so there's laws against brains getting it processed for yourself personally. But I can just go to my live meat market and buy heads, I believe, as pet food. They say not for sale on these heads. So it'll say not for sale, and it's in like the pet food freezer where he's got like all the shit that you buy for your pets. And so I think it's underneath that whole assumption that this is for your pets, which is what he asked me when I first started buying these things. The Mexican guy, like, he was like, "Is this for your dogs or what?" And I was like, "No, it's for me." Gave me kind of a weird look, but my dogs are good, man. He's laying down right here. This kind of music that I play, it gets my boys really relaxed. And he's right down there, see? These guys really like classical music and stuff, because I used to play it for them a lot when they were puppies. And if I'm ever gone for like a whole day, I'll play classical music on my stereo for them at real low volume. And it really helps them relax, man. You should order from Frank Tufano and do a live stream rating his meat. I'm sure it's probably good. I mean, it's probably decent, you know what I mean? I mean, I eat store-bought meat and it's good stuff, you know? But I don't want to give him any more attention than he deserves, you know? Nah, Frank Tufano gonna find out his address. That's a solid point. Never even thought about that. Solid point. Which brings up another good point about the pet food club. Is I'm not 100% sure how active I'm going to be in this thing, because I really need to preserve my anonymity so I don't get doxxed and stuff like that. So I'm probably only going to do business with like a select couple people that I know I can trust so far, and I already have those people in mind. Otherwise, I'll have to find out a different like shipping address. I guess I could just probably fudge a return address on it, like put my mom's return address or something on it, but you know, I'm definitely not going to be shipping stuff out of my house. And that's the other thing, is like receiving stuff. I don't know how much I'm going to be ordering myself from people, because you know, there's haters on the internet. There's gammas that, you know, they don't like my channel, and you know, whatever. It just happens when you start live streaming and doing YouTube, man. You're just gonna develop some salty people, you know what I mean, that are jealous of you for some reason, or you guys have disagreements and philosophies about life or whatever. So I'm definitely not going to be stupid enough to start receiving packages at my house from people and shit like that. You know what I mean? So this pet food club thing is going to be mostly for everybody else. Because I actually have no problems like sourcing food and stuff like that. But shipping out might be something that I can do, like especially stuff like testicles and things like that, because I can get like cases of testicles, sometimes fresh, you know what I mean? So it'll just be something I'll have to work through. Yeah, what's up, Ibrahim? How long do you sleep? I usually sleep about 7 to 8 hours regularly, but last night I slept like 5.5 or something like that. Some nights I don't sleep that much, but I actually stopped lifting for like a week and a half. And when I stop lifting weights, my sleep goes down quite a bit. So I just lifted right before this live stream, and hopefully that'll help me sleep a little bit better tonight. Chicken Jar says, dude, my dog loves your streams. He just sits and chills. That's cool. My dogs do too for some reason. I don't know. I think dogs just like hearing people talk. Supermarket meat is good, man. At least where I'm from. I'm in like beef country. So you buy whole heads? Would you buy frozen pig brains probably vaccinated and the skin took off? Yeah, I'm not so concerned about vaccinated stuff, to be honest with you, unless it's like marrow. I've actually had some pretty intense detoxes from eating marrow from most likely vaccinated animals. But yeah, I buy whole heads and then just saw them in half, and that's how I get the brain out. And a lot of times it's frozen, sometimes it's fresh. It just kind of depends on the luck of the draw and like what day I walk in there and if somebody didn't want the head that day. But people take the heads quite a bit, they told me. People actually, other than me, eat the head too. So I think I'm not the only brain eater, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only guy eating brains like every day. Ibrahim says, I think the less fat the better when it comes to supermarket meat. I kind of know what you mean, because sometimes that real white, almost bleach white supermarket beef fat tastes a little bit toxic sometimes, even like bitter. And I do like the like arm roasts, like the real dense, thick, dark red roasts. I like those just as much as Chuck. I almost think I get better energy off of the tougher meats like that, the tougher, less fatty meats. You can order them on a site. Yeah, you know what's interesting is brains are like illegal in a lot of places, but you can just order them online. I don't understand. I mean, I found a couple places online where you can get them, guys, so you just gotta look around. You had some sashimi and it gave you a massive dopamine rush, huh? Interesting. I've never really looked at it as a dopamine rush, but you can scroll back a few streams and watch me eating all that tuna and tuna belly. And I was like eating that shit like it was crack, dude. Like it was so good. Eat raw meat gets fresh B&B, this lucky MF. Yeah, I do too about half the time. Half the time it's fresh. There's really no way to tell. The frozen balls don't really make big of a difference compared to fresh, but the frozen brains, they get a little soupy, gelatinous. What's up, Andres? Good to see you. UI says, Dutch Meadows says, not for human or pet consumption for its items. It does, huh? We need a disclaimer like that, for sure. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. That's a good point. We gotta think about stuff like that, like getting some stickers. Not for human or pet consumption stickers. We'll just have to kind of see as we go, you know what I mean? I mean, it's hard to say what could happen, you know what I mean? There's a lot of farmers and food clubs that have gotten cracked down over the years. All you gotta do is just Google it, you know what I mean? And so, but that's the reason that, you know, we're trying to get this pet food is because it's non-consumable movie prop pet food. It's because all these clubs are getting cracked down. It's like people have a hard time getting stuff, you know? So we'll just have to kind of play it by ear, I guess. And if people start getting some shit for it, we'll have to make some adjustments and maybe get some stickers and stuff like that. Not taking your New World Order says, will you be voting this fall in Nebraska's 2nd congressional district? Oh yeah, I'm voting red all the way, buddy. All the way. Eat Raw Meat's making some high balls. Nice. I have not tried making high balls, but Eat Raw Meat has me curious about it. You got me high balls curious. Let me know how it goes, Fat of the Land. Or Raw Meat. I might try that out. I guess I could just throw some in a jar. I don't know what it is. For some reason, I don't know. I don't really crave the high meat that much. I have like 2 big jars. I don't crave it a whole lot. I'm not sure why, but it's good to have around. ALK says, still no reply from Miller's. Yeah, someone said sign up on, if you're a member, sign up on this different food club called AmosMillersOrganicFarm.com instead of MillersOrganicFarm.com. So go to AmosMillersOrganicFarm.com, sign up there. Apparently, supposedly, allegedly, they'll transfer your membership over because something happened with that original food club. I don't know what's going on, man, but that's just the information I got. So if you're having issues getting a hold of Miller's, try to go on AmosMillersOrganicFarm.com and getting your stuff from there. It's really confusing, but I think it kind of makes sense at the same time. There's apparently multiple food clubs dealing with Miller's Farm at the same time. So they got like backup clubs in case one of them gets pulled down. Have not tried high brains. For some reason, high brains does not sound appetizing. I don't think I'm gonna make high brains because high brains are just so good as it is. You know? What's up, Twilight? Yeah, and fermenting them, it's true. I kind of have issues with fermenting like high hormonal organs such as testicles and brains because I'm wondering if it's going to alter the hormonal balance and stuff. You're right. It's kind of the same thing I was thinking. What do I think about salt? I don't need it. I don't like it. Sometimes I'll eat salted cheese if it's all I can get, but I don't like it, man. I actually got like a canker sore in my mouth from eating salted cheese for 2 days. And I would wake up with like a dry throat and tongue and stuff like that. So, not a big fan of it. But obviously sodium, you need that to survive. Get your sodium through your food and through your water, mineral water and stuff. Eating eggshells? You could grind it up if you want and like sprinkle it in your meat or something like that, or it just depends on if you can tolerate eating it. But you could grind it into dust, and you could possibly put it inside like a milkshake or a smoothie too. But you can get a lot of calcium through cheese and milk and dairy and stuff and butter. Wolfshan says, is P. Miller the Miller from Miller Organic? No, P. Miller is Master P, the rapper. It's Percy Miller. It's the real Master P, man. Yeah, salt is a rock. Salt is a plant food. The water comes down, hits the rocks, dissolve the rocks and the minerals from the rocks into the soil. The soil eats the minerals. The grass eats the soil from the minerals. The ruminant animals come and eat the grass, and then we come and kill those things and eat that. Brains and testes are too easy to digest, no need to ferment them. Yeah, it sounds interesting, for sure. I'm not 100% sure what it would do, but... Twilight says, I don't think anyone in nature would eat eggshells. It doesn't really make sense, yeah, because you would need some sort of machine to grind it. And my dogs don't eat eggshells, but I know some people's dogs that do. But you can watch dogs too and kind of watch their natural instincts to see what you should eat. You should watch Think Again Salt. What's up, Meteor Man? I still haven't told my wife that I quit using soap and toothpaste. Soap and toothpaste is ridiculous. I got my haircut today and the lady tried to offer me a shampoo. I was like, I haven't shampooed my hair in like a year. She was like, I was like, can you believe it? She was like, it's kind of dry. She dissed my hair. But it's funny when you start telling people about this stuff, they just like tune you out right away because you're basically just dismissing like every part of their lifestyle and telling them that what they're doing is basically like stupid and a waste of time. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't use toothpaste, I don't use soap, I don't use shampoo, I don't use Q-tips, I don't use face wash, I don't shave anymore. Like, you don't need any of that shit. People get uncomfortable when you make them start thinking about themselves and their hygiene and their eating habits and stuff. It gets them really like self-conscious. Raw meat has the perfect sodium to potassium ratio. Yeah, you can get all your sodium from like raw meat and you know, cheese and milk and stuff because you're not pasteurizing it and cooking it out. This stuff is really tough. Yeah, Eat Raw Meat does eggshell dust enemas. He's really into that stuff. Yeah, salt. Salt was originally used as a preservative, salt rock, and then I believe like the king and queen of England started using it as a condiment. Use Aajonus toothpaste formula. I don't use toothpaste. I just use water, man. I haven't used toothpaste in I don't know how long. What is so special about Amos Miller versus other Amish farmers? He does like everything by the book, man. He like he doesn't even like use citric acid on the meat when they process it and stuff. And so, you know, he does everything by the book. I believe he was one of the original guys that worked with Aajonus to set up this whole thing. So he was one of like the OGs. He's just a real pioneer in the food club thing. He's a real nice guy, man. I've talked to him a couple times on the phone. Real personable, and he talks to people directly about his own business. Your dog snatches your eggshells and chomps them down. Interesting. My dogs don't mess with eggshells at all. UI says I haven't shampooed in over 4 years and my hair quality is much better. Yeah, same with me, man. The only reason my hair is dry is because I've been in the sun for hours and hours a day, like 95 degrees, just getting my hair torched. But in the wintertime, I have like more of a natural oil in there, you know what I'm saying? Fat of the Land says, I'm not convinced by the salt argument. A lot of animals, including carnivores, seek out salt from rocks and other natural deposits. Yeah, but where would we have gotten the salt, though, besides just from the soil and the grass and the animal, eating the animal, though, right? Like, we wouldn't go around and, like, lick rocks, right? Like, just because animals lick rocks doesn't mean that humans would lick rocks. Wouldn't that mean that they get the salt in their bodies and then we just kill them and eat them? Your hair quality is poor. Any advice? Wash it with a raw egg. Whip it up like a scrambled egg and wash it in raw egg. I have not tried drinking Aajonus' clay recipe. I think I tried drinking clay a couple times and it just, I don't know, I just didn't appeal to me. Raw eggs having anti-nutrients? I've never heard of that. Doesn't really make sense because it's such a fundamental like building block of life. Kind of like milk, you know? What do you think about theories of alternative history, theories that our history is mostly fake? Yeah, it's all fake. It's all a scam. Everything you're taught in history is a scam for sure. 100%, man. It's just like the medical profession. You can take everything in the medical profession and flip it over. 99% of the time it's going to be wrong. Same thing with history, man. Because they write the history books, you know, in order to support certain agendas. It's the same thing that they're doing right now by rioting in our countries and taking down all these statues of all these like United States heroes and stuff. They're trying to rewrite history. They're trying to erase the fact that all these heroes even existed by destroying their statues, trying to make them look out like racist slave owners and shit like that. When it's like, you know, slavery was just the thing back then, man. It's not like, you know, it's not like these guys were evil, super wicked men. It's just like everybody did it. So, you know, it doesn't exactly make it right, but it doesn't mean that you should vilify certain people for having slaves. There was tons of black people that had slaves too, so it's just, the whole thing is dumb. Like, the whole slavery thing is one of the most misconstrued parts of history in the world, you know? Like, white people in America invented slavery. Like, okay, buddy, yeah. Slavery comes from Slavic. And it was originally brought here by the Arabs and stuff like that. It's just one example of how history is, like, super messed up and creates riots and shit like that. And, getting into like World War I and World War II, that's another example. Do you think we went to the moon? I don't know because I wasn't there. I'm just gonna say that, but I don't think we didn't go. There's not enough convincing evidence that we didn't go for me to say no. JP just said he picked up 3 pig brains, let the fun begin. Nice, man. History is so fake. It's crazy, dude. It's probably more fake than modern medicine. Hey, what's up, Luna? History is fake. I used to be a history teacher. Interesting. Yeah, so you probably know all about it. History is a set of lies agreed upon. Napoleon. Beautiful. Yeah. it's just think about it. You know what I mean? I mean, all of this shit is a scam, dude. Like, even getting into like modern religion and stuff like that, it's such a scam, dude. Like, modern Christianity today, like, real Christianity is legit. And I don't ever mean to talk down on real Christianity the way that like Jesus Christ intended on it to be. Modern Christianity is such a freaking joke, dude. It's essentially the same thing you just said there, UI. It's a set of lies agreed upon because it's not anything remotely close to the way that Jesus intended it to be at all. We're not even supposed to have churches. It's ridiculous, dude. You're not supposed to have people rolling around in robes and stuff. You know, just there's all these traditions and things that are real distractions from the actual truth about it all. But going off on a tangent, it's just another example, man. You know, history is tied in with religion in a lot of ways too, so it all kind of overlaps into a lot of deception and lies. And a bunch of human beings constructing and deceiving people in order to obtain power and wealth and control. Which is just an example of how the devil controls the world, man. You know, that's how he does it. He deceives people into doing stuff like that, you know, obtaining power and wealth and control by lying. Fat of the land, I think we only crave salt when we are deficient in certain minerals. So obviously be very rare in this diet, but when I do long fast or work in the sun for hours, I need electrolytes. Yeah, sometimes I get like little spasms in my legs. I don't know what the hell that is, to be honest with you. I hope it's not like MS. Sometimes I think it's like an MS thing, like muscle spasms, you know what I mean? My mom actually got diagnosed with that, so I feel like I'm susceptible to it, which is what pushed me on this diet. But I also get cramps in my legs as well, and sometimes when I get those cramps, I will supplement salt for a few days to see if it goes away. Alright, Luna, take it easy. Night nights. Sleeping in a bed, 100% mental illness. Speaking of that, I was sleeping on the floor for a while. On top of a thin yoga mat, right? Just a regular standard yoga mat. Wasn't ideal. It was not ideal. Because I have a wood floor, right? No carpet. It was a little bit too hard, man. So I went with a 2-inch foam mat, right? A little bit better, right? What I have found is the best is I have a platform frame with a piece of plywood on top of it, and I have two 2-inch foam mats on top of that. So 2 mats on top of each other, and then I sleep on that. So it's just like about 3-4 inches of foam on top of plywood, and that to me feels the best. I was actually getting like a little bit sore in my shoulders and shit like that, so I started wondering if it was my sleeping situation. So I do not think, and I cannot condone sleeping on wood floors. I don't think that's natural at all. I think we would have had some sort of soft layer underneath us, like grass, soil, hay, you know, whatever it is, some kind of animal fur laid on top of it, hay and stuff like that. So yeah, just kind of experiment with that, and don't be afraid to you know, throw a little bit of padding underneath you. But it's much better than a mattress, man. Mattresses are just insane. What's up, Issa? How you doing? How much honey do you consume, considering it's very high carb? Sometimes I'll have milk and honey at night, but I haven't been craving it that much lately. I go days without having honey. I don't eat the nut formula either, guys, because believe it or not, I believe that nut formula possibly was messing with my digestion slightly. But I was eating tons of it. Freaking tons of it, man. Like, we're talking like a glass that big, right? Full of nuts, full of walnuts, like every 2 days on the regular. And I believe it was sort of messing with my digestion a little bit, because it would make my my bowel movements a little bit questionable the next day, and it would kind of upset my stomach during the night slightly. Not like hurting or anything, but anyways, I quit the nut formula and that went away. So I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to go back on that nut formula for a while, but I went like really hardcore on it, man. Like, I ate like pounds and pounds and pounds of raw walnuts over the course of like 6 months. I'm talking probably 6 or 7 pounds of walnuts. So yeah, who knows if it was just too much, but I don't know if I can recommend that nut formula really, because I think people might be right, man. Maybe those anti-nutrients or whatever's in those nuts doesn't digest 100% like these raw foods do, you know what I mean? Do you see a possible civil war breaking out between whites and blacks, immigrants in America and Europe? No, I don't see it happening as the way that you would describe like the Civil War in the 1800s or whatever. I think the war is already happening, and it's going to happen in a more insidious way, to where they slowly vote people in to positions of power of different cultures and races and backgrounds and countries like they're already doing. And these people are going to become senators, they're going to become congressmen and congresswomen and mayors of cities, like you're already seeing that in Chicago. And what you're going to see is these people, slowly changing the laws and stuff like that to where basically America just becomes unrecognizable, like it's almost already becoming. But yeah, I think it's going to be much more insidious than that, because if a civil war broke out between actual Americans and like blacks and immigrants or whatever, like it wouldn't even be a contest. You know what I mean? Obviously, like the Americans would win, and they know that. So the way that these basically people from different cultures come in here and they try to just change the laws as they come in here, you know what I mean? Like they come in, they take advantage of the welfare systems and stuff like that, but at the same time they want to tear the whole system down when it's the same system that holds them up. It's very selfish, and it's very evil at what's going on, man. But yeah, I don't think it's going to happen in a necessarily physical way. Like Jesse Peterson says best, we live in a spiritual war. This isn't a physical war. So it's more of just a battle of, it's more like a strategical move, and it's more like a chess game, you know what I mean? Through power positions. I get a lot of muscle twitching through my body and face. What could that be? It could be detoxing. It could be heavy metals detoxing from your body. Yeah, some kind of nervous. It could be you have a mineral imbalance. Maybe start drinking more mineral-rich foods with like micronutrients, like eggs and milk and stuff. I used to get really bad like eye twitches, and like I still have like cramps, like not cramps, but I can see muscles in my calves moving. It's really weird. Twilight, I get leg spasms when I consume salt and high calcium foods like hard cheese. Interesting. They're using guerrilla tactics. Yeah, it's very strategic. Eye twitching, yeah, probably stress, or also staring at screens for a long time. Like I got a projector in my living room. I don't have an actual like TV. Like mostly when I'm chilling at my house, I spend time in my living room just watching my, YouTube on my projector and stuff, which I love. I highly suggest everybody get a projector over an LCD or an LED, because it's much more easy on your eyes. It's like looking at a movie screen, like a theater screen. It's just much more relaxing, and I think it's better on your eyes. But yeah, try to get off screens and electronics for like a couple days and see if your eye twitching goes away. And then also try ingesting more like micronutrient, mineral-rich foods, eggs and milk. I noticed a lot of people on this diet talk about muscle spasms and low energy. Yeah, we talk about everything on here, man. Like it's just a correlation. There's no causation. Like this diet attracts a lot of people that are just very unhealthy, man. So you're gonna get a lot of people with just various issues that haven't resolved yet. You're gonna get a lot of like neurotic people, which is why I end up banning a lot of people from the channel. But for the most part, everybody's pretty chill if you're following the diet, and everything seems to resolve. Wes, you should try to get Andrew Graff on for an interview. I've been watching some of his interviews recently, which I enjoyed a lot. Yeah, man, I should get him on again for sure. He's an interesting dude. I interviewed him one time before, actually. I don't know where that interview went, but I've actually interviewed him one time before, man, on my old channel. Your thoughts on 6H technology? What is 6H? I don't know what that is. I would recommend potato and butter over nut formula for starch. Yeah, I think I would too. I'm with you on that. What's up, Danny B? Gotta go, but this whole civil rights movement is about bringing the whites down to the levels of blacks, bringing straights down to gays. They're portrayed opposite. It's actually a power grab. Basically, they want all the white people's money and land. That's exactly what's happening. But it's being portrayed in a different way. But yeah, basically all of the old white people have all the farmland and have all the money. And that's what they want. It's super obvious. Canada's already passed a gun ban law? That's insane, dude. Wes, who do you think is the mainstream Gamma Lord? The mainstream Gamma Lord. I don't know. There's too many, dude. I don't think there's one that really stands up above. Like, they all kind of work together. Because they're not strong enough to stand alone, like an alpha male, you know? So they have strength in numbers. That's how gammas work. They tag team and dogpile. You know what I mean? Yeah, blue light blocking classes do work. Mainstream Gamma Lord, first guy that comes to mind is Bill Gates. It's the best example I can come up with. Yeah, smoke less meth. It's a good idea. Or no meth, right? It's up to you, man. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna judge. 6H is 5G. Yeah, I was just talking about that today, man. I think 5G might have something to do with Corona, you know? It's really shocking. It's interesting stuff. Let's see. Baby was drinking, but that's funny. Thought you went to sleep, Luna. Never watch our streams, huh? I don't really watch a whole lot of YouTube anymore, to be honest with you. Like, I just have time to do my channel, and that's about it. Sometimes I check out the streams, though. Do I watch sports? I don't have regular TV, so not really. So is prison basically Gamma Land? I think it's the opposite, dude. I think prison is Alpha Land. I think prison is full of some of the top alpha males that just couldn't fit into society, that maybe had some anger issues or something like that. And maybe they weren't 100% alpha, but they've had some pretty good alpha qualities, you know what I mean? But you got to think about how many like alpha males are wrongly imprisoned and stuff like that for like, who knows, man? Just, you know, I'm not defending violence or anything like that, but there's just certain situations that happen with alpha males where they get into violent confrontations and they're defending themselves and they end up shooting somebody or something happens, and like, you know, in a normal world, you know, that would be allowed because you're defending yourself, but maybe they got taken advantage of by the system or whatever. The system's not, it's not really designed for the people, man. But yeah, I've thought about that many times, man. I think prison is full of some of the most alpha people you can get. Have you ever considered moving out of states? Yeah, sometimes before, but not really anymore. I'm pretty happy where I'm at. I honestly think I'm in one of the best places in the world. Like, what's up, kitty cat? Joseph says, what happened to the Aajonus.online guy? Didn't he say the world was supposed to end like 6 days ago? I don't know. Who knows, dude? Probably hanging out with Haleman. What about prison gangs, though? I don't know, man. That seems pretty alpha to me. Luna says, oh yeah, they had trouble with authority. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, very well said. It's a lot of alpha males that had problems with authority. Prison is the government's way to destroy strong groups. Exactly. Look at what they did to the Proud Boys. Look at what they did to Gavin McInnes's friends, the Proud Boys. All they did was defend themselves against an Antifa attack, and they got like 3 years in prison. And one of them's married to a black chick. And they put these guys in prison for being racist. Isn't that stupid? Wolf Shans, I like about construction that no gammas are allowed. They don't got the strength. Anyway, and even when, don't get hired because they're awkward. For sure. Yeah, construction's an alpha job. For sure. They had problems being sheep. Exactly. Gangs have their own hierarchies. Yeah, good point. Gangs have their own hierarchies. So it's not like gangs are like all alpha, but there's going to be a lot of alphas in there. Bajidar, watch your language, bro. You're going to get my channel banned. I don't give a shit what you say, but they give a shit what you say. Let's put it that way. Gotta keep the racial slurs down to a minimum. My channel is already underneath the microscope. Joseph, do you think gammas are essential to society, or are they just effective from unnatural stimulus? Well, it's like saying if evil didn't exist, would good exist? You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those philosophical debates that you could go on in circles about, but it's almost like you have to have them to establish the hierarchy, for sure, you know? So in that sense, yes. Are they essential to society for being productive? No, you know? But I guess a lot of them have certain roles, you know what I mean? That are semi-functional, you know what I mean? But mostly the deltas are the ones that are running everything, you know what I mean? The gammas are just kind of little leeches on the bottom. UI says, and that guy married to the black chick has a baby. It's fucked up. Oh, dude. What they did to the Proud Boys was super messed up, dude. Yeah. The guy was married to a black chick, has a baby, defended himself from an Antifa attack, and they gave him 3 years in prison, man. Insane. So talk about throwing alpha males into prison. You know what I mean? All these guys were doing was defending themselves and their family, and time for some eyeball, yo. Time for some vitamin A. Thanks for the tip from, I believe it was Fat of the Land. Cut straight on the eye. Who knows why I don't think of stuff like this. But cut straight on the iris. And it slices a lot easier. I love eyes, man. Bikes. Joggers. If gammas know their place and aren't secret kings, then I think it's fine. Yeah, exactly. It's the gammas that they want to buck their position and be salty towards the alphas and bravos. You know what I mean? That's when it gets a little hairy. What is a gamma? I don't know. Have you ever heard of like a beta male? You know what I mean? Like alpha and beta males. Like a lot of people say beta male when they're actually describing a gamma. It's just like a lower status male. You know what I mean? Like there's a hierarchy of men. They're lower status. Dragon Chuck says, as a straight male, gay dudes weird me out with cringe sexual tension. Not homophobic though. Yeah, it can be a little bit weird. Sounds like some Sigmund Freud shit. Not really. It's actually, no. It's a little bit more cut and dry than that. I'm not really into Sigmund Freud and stuff like that either. Shit, the music's done, guys. What are we gonna do? I have to play something else. See if you guys can guess what this is, huh? Carpet is toxic for sure. I think both carpet and couches, they leak like gases. Brains. Oh, gotta pick the skull fragment out real quick here. Can't be chewing on that. Luna said, I thought formaldehyde is healthy. I soak my meat in it. It'll help you detox if you soak your meat in formaldehyde. It's an ancient vegan secret. Darker than blue. How long did it take you to adapt to the diet, and what improvements did you see? Have you tried high meat? Oh yeah, I've tried high meat a bunch. How long did it take me to adapt? I adapted to raw right away. It took me about a month to adapt to just carnivore, to eating meat. But then I started eating raw and I adapted instantly. What improvements did I see? My energy. My mental energy, my physical energy went up. My alertness, my senses improved. Just everything, man. Like everything in your body, every bodily function that I have improved. It's really hard to describe. There's just so many. It's hard to just like say one, you know? But and it was like so many things improving at the same time, it was hard to identify what was going on, if that makes sense. I was just like transforming into a different person. But mostly like, it was like all my body pains and aches went away, all my stiffness went away. My mental alertness, any kind of brain fog went away. Anxiety went away. That was one of the big ones. Like my general anxiety towards life just completely eliminated. Twilight, what's your take on this popular term, homophobic or racist? There's no such thing. There's no such thing. There's only hate. And hate's always been around. But all these terms, homophobia and racist and stuff like that, they're all made up terms by the media. There's only hate. There's hateful people and non-hateful people. And hateful people will try to make it think like they're better than you, which comes out in the form of like, you know, I'm better than you because of my skin color. I'm better than you because I'm not performing acts of sodomy, etc., etc. When really we're not here to judge. That's called false judgment. Humans are not here to judge other people. So you're basically playing God by judging other people like that. And so you shouldn't hate people. You shouldn't judge people, even if you think they're not good. They're not doing good things in life, or they're doing evil acts, or they're doing things that aren't right. You know what I mean? It's not your job to judge them. You can discern them as evil, but you're not supposed to judge them. You know what I mean? JP's all about those brains. I got everybody eating brains and balls. I love it. This is going to be the best cult ever, guys. The B&B cult. Robot Mechanical Whiz Kid. Hi Wes, I'll be soon coming off a 7-day fast. Any recommendations how to break it? I was going to break it with some sort of bone broth made from beef fat and bones. Bone broth might work, but that's cooked. I don't like cooking bone broth anymore because it slightly upsets my digestion. Honestly, man, I'd break it with raw milk and maybe some butter. Raw milk and some butter, maybe a little bit of raw meat. But I would start with raw milk and kind of follow your cravings from there. Do you know Milk Jar? YouTube just removed his channel. No shit. Why'd they remove his channel? What was he posting? Yeah, exactly. There's no such thing as racism, sexism, homophobia-ism, Islam-phobia-ism, deadbeat dadism. Sexism, yeah, dude, there's isms. There's no isms, guys. There's only hateful people. Fat of the Land says, as someone told me the other day, I shouldn't eat raw eggs as they will give me salmonella. I told them they have salmonella living in their gut all the time. They look like a dog showing a card trick. Dude, people think you're nuts. I don't even get that far with people and they look at me like I got 3 heads. I tell them I wash my hair with eggs, I don't use shampoo, and they're just like, you do what? I don't think they can't ban animal foods, dude. There's no way that's gonna happen. I think that's just an irrational fear. But if it does, I'm moving to a tent in the forest and I'm eating roadkill or wild animals for sure. How much do you think it matters if raw milk is stored in plastic jugs? It probably absorbs some plastic residues, but that's one thing that's like really hard to avoid, man, because plastic is one of the easiest things to store stuff in, especially vacuum sealing. I honestly can't tell you for sure. I've never done any kind of laboratory tests on plastic myself, on absorbing into milk and meat and stuff like that. I think it's just something that we might have to live with a little bit. But if you can go in glass, definitely go in glass. That's what I always try to do. What's up, happy, healthy carnist? You got such a grounded look on life, my friend. Love all your live streams. Cool. I'm glad you enjoy it. I try to stay grounded for sure. I was not always like this. I've become more... pulled my head out of the clouds more and more over the last couple years, you know? Especially when I stopped smoking pot. What's up, Meep Meep? Bone broth is super hard to digest. I agree. I agree. Yeah, it's kind of stinky too. Yeah, I can't do it anymore. Just went back on raw milk and the diarrhea came back. That's interesting. I don't know what is up with that. Yeah, I was gonna say, why would they ban Milk Jar? Wasn't he uploading like some really crazy like music and shit? Yeah, Milk Jar's twin bro that's the real one that's up right now. He removed Milk Jar a long time ago. That happened like 3 years ago. Let's go get a time traveler here. Your stomach is dying. That's crazy, man. I don't understand that. Are you getting grass-fed raw milk? And are you getting is it A1 or A2? And have you tried making kefir meat? Yeah, Milk Jar's twin bro, I guess, removed all his videos. I think he's getting away from the whole dietary thing. You know what I mean? You can only do this diet shit so long, you know what I'm saying? And then you just gotta kind of move on with life. But I plan on evolving my channel into something better, you know, hopefully when I get like a little homestead and shit like that. That's obviously my major goal, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you can only sit there and so long and talk about micronutrients and, you know, what's the mineral composition of cheese, and you know, it's just like that kind of shit. You can't talk about that shit for like 5 years straight. It gets a little old. But I'm still here to, and I'll try to always be here to just guide people into the raw diet and answer basic questions. And I do offer private Skype consultations if anybody's interested, if you want to talk privately. Raw brains for weed detox. That's my hope anyways. Yeah, hopefully. Chicken Jar's got some interesting theories that he got from Ibrahim, that he got from Aajonus on detoxing weed. And he said that you have to eat raw weed in order to detox cooked weed. So, something to think about. Are you going to do another breakfast stream? Yeah, hopefully. Pretty soon. Funny you mentioned weed. Yeah, weed was a big part of my life for a while. It was my medicine, man. I'm pretty sure I was epileptic. I had like seizures and shit, so I'm pretty sure I needed weed. How many kids would you like to have? Probably 6 or something like that. 6 to 10. We'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how young of a wife I can score, and we'll go from there. Just make a prank channel. Dude, I was totally thinking about making a prank channel. Guys, you don't understand how many interesting ideas I've had about turning this channel into something like completely preposterous. But I don't want to give any ideas away right now because it could be really funny. But if I get really bored of this channel, you're going to see some interesting stuff. Because I have a pretty good sense of humor. You just got to let me express it. Yeah, Aajonus said that like some of the healthiest tribes would just sit there and eat cow patties and buffalo patties. We don't know shit about nutrition and health, man. Some of the healthiest people in the world just straight eat shit. Yeah, that's a good point, Fat of the Land. Meat probably has leaky gut. You think you actually had a stroke one time? That's interesting, dude. I've wondered if I had a stroke as well. One time I got some dental work done, and I got a tooth pulled up here, extracted out, and then that night I had one of the worst headaches that I've ever had in my entire life. It was like excruciating, some of the worst pain I've ever felt in my life, to the point where I had to stick my head in the shower under cold water, and I was just like, like it was like insane. It felt like an aneurysm. So I felt like I had an aneurysm one night. Not a good feeling, man. So just one of the weird things that I had happen to me over the course of the last 20 years, just getting nuked by modern medicine and dentists. I've had my face swell up from a root canal to where I had to go to the ER. It's just, I've had all sorts of weird shit happen. Just one of the many things that led me here. I just got sick of that weird shit happening, man. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just take control of my life and my health, and I'm going to go 100% on it. 100%, no less. That's why I eat raw meat and brains and shit. If you haven't gone through, I've said this so many times, but if you haven't like suffered in the way that I have and some people have, you just will never understand, you know what I mean? And it's not like I was dying, and it's not like I looked like I was like an unhealthy, emaciated vegan, you know what I mean? Like some people might look at my channel and just be like, this guy doesn't even look unhealthy, why is he on the raw primal diet? I've actually heard that before. It's like, you have no idea like what the fuck I've been through. You have no freaking clue, man. I've been to the ER, I've had like aneurysms, I've had multiple seizures where I fell down and shattered my face and chipped 12 of my teeth in half and broke my jaw in 3 places. Like, I've had so much shit happen to me in my life that, you know, to just judge somebody on what they look like and think that, you know, they're not unhealthy is really stupid, man. You should never judge anybody on looks, you know, because you never know like what they've been through. You felt paralyzed? See, that might be a seizure. I've had seizures happen where I fell down and I was paralyzed. I bet you had a seizure, Wolfshange. A lot of times strokes give you like kind of lasting neurological symptoms and stuff. Unbearable pain. Maybe, I don't know, man. Maybe you did. It's possible. Maybe you recovered from it and didn't have any lasting. See, when I had my seizure, I fell down. I was conscious, staring at the wall, but I couldn't move. Chicken Jar says, I had really bad gum inflammation, stopped brushing 3 days ago, and now the inflammation is almost gone. Yeah, isn't that interesting? I bet you're still using a plastic brush too, huh? Brushing all that plastic into your bloodstream. How long does it take to heal a gut? 33 days, for sure. Probably more like 333. Just keep eating raw meat, man. Don't eat stuff that you react to very severely, and just have patience. Twilight, I pulled out the teeth that had previously root canal removed with part of the bone. I did too. Are you talking about the periodontal ligament? I don't know if they removed the periodontal ligament on mine, but I was just happy to get that freaking tooth out, man. My tooth was super messed up. Like it was like my gums were messed up. It looked like I was almost developing a cancerous lesion above the tooth. It was really bad, dude. It was all because the tooth actually was leaking. It's called gutta percha, the stuff that they fill the tooth with. It was leaking that gutta percha out into my gums. And it was just a bad deal, man. I was always messing with it. I could almost like suck the tooth up, like create suction, and I could feel toxins coming out into my bloodstream. It was really bad, man. But yeah, I got that tooth removed about a year and a half ago. And I got this fake bridge put in right here. 3 teeth. $3,000. $3,200. Yeah, dude, a plastic electric brush. Yeah, so you're getting EMFs too. Plastic brush with fluoride and aluminum paste for sure. How do you make homemade cheese? Put a gallon of milk in a pot, Heat it up to 105 degrees, add animal rennet, about 2 drops or something like that. Stir it up, wait for it to coagulate. Stick a cheese cutting knife in there, cut the curds into 1 inch by 1 inch squares, and then drain it in cheesecloth for about 3-4 days. What's the deal with wisdom teeth? Why do they want us to take them out? It's because our jaws aren't developed properly in order to accommodate the wisdom teeth. So they take the teeth out. It's all down to Weston Price's theories on nutrition and physical degeneration. They want to take them out because it'll crowd your teeth and it'll like create more crookedness. Yeah, you could do it raw meats way too. Put milk in an open jar, let it sit. You could do it that way too. I prefer to heat it slightly. Heavy metals from the brain will detox through teeth and eyes. What are the secrets of the universe? We'll find that out after we die, man. What is Wes talking about? I mean, you can make cheese without heating it if you want, man, but I don't really have the patience for that. And you can heat cheese up to like over 100 degrees and it's still, or you can heat milk up and it's still not going to be above the temperature of the animal, you know, so it doesn't really matter. It's not like you're burning off important stuff. Yeah, meep sounds like your gut's messed up, brother. I would just eat what you can and slowly go from there. Wonder what happened if you drink a vaccine. Probably give you diarrhea. Yeah, we aren't meant to know the secrets of the universe, man. That's like trying to explain like calculus to a dog. We don't have the brain for it. That was a good meal, man. I'm feeling pretty good. Brains just hit the spot. Like, the meal's good, but when you get those brains on top, man, it's perfect. That nice cholesterol. Yeah, wisdom teeth removal probably does mess your body up. Because it creates cavitations, and there's a lot of evidence that dental cavitations create autoimmune system symptoms because they harbor like anaerobic bacteria and stuff like that. So there's a lot of arguments that even removing teeth and having cavitations creates disease and stuff like that. I've had like 6 teeth removed. So I probably got 6 cavitations. It's like, I'll never be in perfect health, you know what I'm saying? I got 6 teeth removed, 6 cavitations, and I have 8 fake teeth in my mouth. So I have a bunch of like glue and resin and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I would see stuff all the time when I closed my eyes. A lot of times it was when I was smoking pot though. I would like close my eyes before I went to bed and I could hallucinate. I don't know if it's hallucinating, but I could imagine like someone's face that I had never seen before. I always thought that was interesting. But yeah, one of the funnest things I like to do is closing my eyes before I go to bed and trying to imagine seeing just a human being. Just imagine a human's face in full detail. And then once you see it, you're like, I've never seen that person before. It's just the weirdest thing. Like, how could I see that when I've never seen him before? And you can just manifest that stuff in your imagination. Yeah, canned fish is probably a bad idea because you're getting like metals absorbing in the food. It's definitely a cheaper alternative, but you're gonna get a lot of like heavy metals and stuff like that. I see Frankie's special streams. I know, it haunts me as well, bro. It's very haunting. I can't unsee that. You see cables hanging down and shit. That's interesting. Yeah, I used to pound a lot of sardines before I got on the primal diet. Yeah, I used to like that stuff. I think I'm feeling a little bit of high meat. I might go get some high meat real quick. Excuse me, I'm gonna go get some high meat. Actually, shit. Forgot about my milk, yo. I'll just drink my milk instead. I knew I was missing something. Yeah, I used to have exploding head syndrome when I fell asleep. Anybody else have exploding head syndrome? Yeah, fuck yeah, man, JP. That's exactly what I used to have, dude. Like, you would hear like a loud bang or explosion or something, then you'd see like a flash of green in your head. That shit's crazy, man. It's gotta be some sort of neurological damage or something. Yeah, raw eggs are good, man, for sure. Raw eggs are some of the best. All right, me back to the toilet. Just learn from your body, man. Follow your body. Don't follow us. Everybody's a little bit different, you know what I mean? All of our journeys are different here. No, I've never read the Quran. It's all modern, huh? Yeah, you can email it to me if you want. 88668@protonmail.com. Be interesting to check that out. I like religious books. There's some fascinating stuff in there. Yeah, that happens to me too. Sometimes I'll imagine stuff and my body twitches. Or sometimes, like, just as you're getting to fall asleep, like, you'll imagine yourself, like, stepping off a curb. And then you'll never hit the ground, and then you'll kind of jerk up or something. Or sometimes, like, I'll wake up with like a baseball like flying at my face, and like I'm trying to catch it or something. you guys are typing exactly what I'm saying as I'm saying it. That's funny. Yeah, I had the same thing happen to raw meat. Falling down syndrome, or like baseball flying at my face syndrome. Anybody woke up and saw the boogeyman? I've woken up and saw the boogeyman before, where I had sleep paralysis. I woke up in the middle of the night, I had sleep paralysis, I was paralyzed in my bed, and I saw an 8-foot tall, 8 feet shadow figure in my hallway. Like kind of right back there, in the hallway back there. I was just sleeping in my bed and I saw this dude, and he had boxy shoulders like that. Boxed out shoulders, big head, shadow figure, just standing in my hallway. It's freaking crazy, dude. I told my buddy about it. He's a Native American. And he goes, "You saw the boogeyman, bro."
What's up, buddy?
My dogs are getting antsy. I might have to check out here in a couple minutes. Well, I've had paralysis a couple times. One time I saw the boogeyman, and the other time I hallucinated there was a gargoyle on my nightstand, and it was like the most evil feeling I've ever felt in my life. And there was all these weird noises and stuff, and it felt like a demonic possession for sure. Wow, he had a floating head speaking gibberish and a woman screaming. Dude, I think I swear to God, that stuff is demonic possession, guys. There's no way it's just a neurological malfunction. You know what I mean? It's a neurological phenomenon. That's what the stupid, godless scientists will tell you, but what causes sleep paralysis? I honestly think it's a demonic possession. Because it's always associated, or not always, but a lot of times associated with like this demonic shit. And people just go, "Oh, it's sleep paralysis, sleep paralysis." Everybody uses that term, sleep paralysis, too much. Yeah, I've had that happen too, Chicken Jar. That's almost like sleepwalking. I've had every sleep disturbance you can imagine. Recommendations on how to convince family members on quitting carbs. You can just kind of show them evidence and facts online of, you know, other people that have quit carbs and the benefits, but to be honest, man, you really can't wake people up unless they're willing to wake up on their own. Damn, you guys might have ghosts, Meteor Man. Dang, you had that skeleton dream when you ate pepperoni pizza. That's nuts. Gluten nightmares, bro. No, I don't miss my ex. Look into your right wall. Oh shit. It's a ghost, dude. It's a freaking ghost, bro. Alright guys, it's Saturday. I think it's time to go do something. Appreciate y'all checking in. Stay tuned for another Brains and Eyeballs and Testicles diet. You guys all have a great rest of your Saturday. God bless. Keep eating raw meat. And I will see you guys maybe tomorrow. Take it easy.